Hello everyone, my name is Azatru, how are you, and welcome to another Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. In this video, I'm going to rank every single non-default hero skin and give my reasoning for their ranking. It has been half a year since I last ranked hero skins, and since then, more have been added. A total of 36 hero skins that can be unlocked or in-game. Also, the Celebration Edition, which includes all of the cosmetics that can be unlocked via credits, has been released, so most of you probably have all of the skins now. So this video will be less of a guide as to what you should buy, but just my general ranking. I'm going to start with number 36 and work my way through to the top, so here we go. In last place, but a very memorable skin, is the Wounded Chewbacca skin. It's cheap at just 5,000 credits, but it's a big bad meme. It caused a big stir in the Battlefront community when it was released in the first batch of skins. It only adds a bandage to Chewbacca, but for the price you can't really complain. But this skin, since releasing, has had a bit of a deeper meaning, because this skin is taken from the last scene Peter Mayhew did as Chewbacca, so there is some sentimental meaning going on here. And in 35th position, I've got the Commander Iden skin, which only removes her helmet and chest piece. This should have been there at launch, in my opinion, because they literally had the model in-game, in the campaign. But nevertheless, at 20,000 credits, you can't really complain. It has been my go-to Iden skin since April 2018. Moving on to 34, and we have the only skin for Yoda, and this is the hooded skin, and it's a big callback to the 2003 Clone Wars TV show that so many people have fond memories of to this day. And all it does is add a hood with some holes in for his ears. So some people may say it's not worth 20,000, some people may say they don't like it, but for me, I actually really like this, and 20,000 is quite steep just to add a hood, but nevertheless, I think it's fine. Moving on to 33, and we have the Vandor Heist skin for Chewbacca, and this costs 40,000 credits at epic rarity, and all it adds is goggles and a different bandolier, so nothing that special. I wouldn't say it is worth 40,000 credits, but if you like his look in Solo: A Star Wars Story, then you should definitely get the skin, and is the better of the two Chewbacca skins available. In 32nd position, I have the Smuggler appearance, which costs nothing for all players as long as you do all of the arcade missions and get 3 stars on all of them. It's been there since launch and still available today, so if you haven't unlocked it, you can. A lot of people don't like this skin for the beard, and that's the one reason I wouldn't rock this skin. It's just a little bit too much. I can understand it meant something in the campaign, but as a multiplayer skin, I wish there was a version with it removed. In 31st position, I have the Administrator skin for Lando, and this was the default appearance for Lando in the previous Battlefront game. It only costs 20,000 credits and completely changes all of his outfits, so it isn't too bad. I personally didn't pay the credits for it. I got it in the Celebration Edition because I just didn't care about spending money on a skin that we got in the previous game as the default one. And going into the 30th position, we have the Hoth Leia outfit, and this has the same sort of reasons as the Administrator skin. It was the default for the last game, and it actually looks slightly worse than the previous game due to the fact they reduced the detail and the photogrammetry is just not as good in this game. They actually reduced it for memory reasons, I assume. So it's actually worse and costs 20,000 credits, but still, it's a good outfit. It also cost no credits if you completed a challenge back in 2018. And in 29th position, I've got the same for Han Solo's Hoth appearance. Exactly the same again. Slightly worse than the 2015 variation, but it was made available for free to start off with and only cost 20,000 credits. And it does change the outfit quite a lot. And I do like this outfit for Han Solo in the film, and it looks great in game. And in 28th position, exactly the same again for Luke Skywalker. This Hoth appearance is my favourite out of the trios, and it gives Luke his blue lightsaber as opposed to the green one seen in his default appearance, so there is a bigger change there, and it did cost 20,000 credits, or it was free with the challenge back in 2018. In 27th position, I have the Princess's Endor appearance, and this looks great. I would love Luke to have one. and it changes the default skin by quite a bit, obviously, but it was in the last game for free, but this one costs 40,000 credits, unless you waited a few weeks after it came out in 2018 and got it for nothing. That upset a lot of people, because they just spent 40,000 hard-earned credits on a skin, DICE gave it away just a few weeks after its release. In 26th position, I have the scarred appearance for Kylo Ren, and it looks cool, especially the scar. It changes a lot from his default appearance, as you can tell, but I prefer the unmasked Kylo appearance in 25th position. This was the pre-order bonus for the game, and if you aren't aware, due to legal reasons, they can't release this skin. It's a super rare skin, and it changes a lot from his standard appearance. It has no hood, no helmet, and the clothing is the Last Jedi accurate attire as opposed to the Force Awakens style, and there is quite a lot of difference in the materials. I'm going to give the 24th position to Lando's Raconteur skin, and it looks great, but it does not sound like Donald Glover at all. It really does not. It's a shame they could not get him as the voice actor. 80,000 credits is a tall order. I mean, it changes the outfit completely, it changes his face, and it would have taken time to model the face exactly like Childish Gambino himself, and it looks great, but the voice just is so off, and it really does not sound like him at all. And same goes for the Professional Sportsman skin in 23rd position. It looks fantastic, it's quite iconic now, but the voice lets it down. I still purchased it at 80,000 credits because it looks great, and I've used it more than any other Lando skin, but the voice acting lets it down. Now we have, in 22nd position, the Jedi robes appearance for Anakin. I really like it. I'd say 20,000 credits is a more suitable cost for the skin, and same goes for the 21st position skin, which is Obi-Wan's Jedi robes. I do prefer Obi-Wan wearing the Jedi robes over Anakin. It just looks good. I just like the contrast in colours. In the 20th spot for this video, I have the Endor Han Solo skin. This takes his smuggler appearance but removes the beard and adds the cool Endor overcoat, which works really, really well on maps like Takodana and, of course, Endor. It is a massive change over his standard skin, and it is well worth the money. In 19th position, I've got a 20,000 credit costing battle damaged General Grievous skin. It damages General Grievous in several places. It does have some subtle changes which look great, and for 20,000 credits, you can't really argue with it. In 18th position, I have the Yavin Ceremony appearance for Han Solo, and this is completely different to any of his other skins. No, it is not the smuggler skin without a beard. I know a lot of people seem to think this, but there are so many differences. They made completely brand new assets and materials for this skin. It is well worth 40,000 credits, and I, like a lot of people, would prefer if he had his top button undone like he does in most of A New Hope, but nevertheless that's the only real issue I have with this skin. It does look pretty good, and it is this iconic skin we've wanted for so long. In 17th position, I have a skin for Count Dooku, and it is the Dark Ritual skin. It's well worth 40,000 credits because it completely changes his clothes, and it has some really nice texture and material work. It's very fancy, it's very different, it's unique, unlike anything else we have in the game. Moving on to 16th position, and we have the Skiff skin for Lando, and at 40,000 credits it changes everything. It is really unique. You gain a helmet, you gain a completely different attire to anything Lando has in the game. It's well worth the money, and it just looks awesome. It works really, really well on the Jabba's Palace map, of course. In 15th position, I have the Exquisite Pyjamas skin for Count Dooku. And this is a bit of a funny one, because some people don't like this, but some people like it because it is funny. The material work is great, the cloth work is excellent, and it changes all of Dooku's clothes completely, even replacing his shoes with slippers. Seriously, it's that good. I would definitely get this if you play as Count Dooku. I've been using this skin since it came out. In 14th position, I have Rey's Acto outfit, and 40,000 credits is good value, I think, for the skin. It changes pretty much all of her attire, except for a little bit of the cloth, and I just think it's spot on for the visual changes that you get. But a skin that changes even more about that hero is the Resistance hero skin for Finn in 13th place. From his clothes to his hair, things are completely new assets in the game, and it's just really cool. I was not a huge fan when I first saw it revealed, but it's definitely grown on me, and I really liked it in The Rise of Skywalker. 40,000 credits for the complete change in look is totally worth it. And in 12th position, I have the Supreme Leader skin, which also costs 40,000 credits, and this skin is from The Rise of Skywalker. Kylo Ren kept the same clothes as seen in The Last Jedi, but it adds a new cape that we haven't seen before with a hood, and it looks good. But the helmet is the big selling point. It looks great, the accuracy is on point with the film, the reforged helmet is striking, but this skin is great and well worth the money. And in 11th position, I have the Yavin Ceremony skin for Luke, and this changes Luke's appearance a lot, from all of his clothes to his hair. And it's certainly worth 40,000 credits. It's an iconic skin many people have been asking for quite some time, and it was even free for a couple of weeks through a community challenge, but you can still purchase it. It has not expired. The only downside I have with this skin is that the hair is not 100% accurate to what we see in A New Hope. It's not a bad attempt, I just think it could be a little bit better. And now we are in the top 10, and it is another Luke Skywalker skin in 10th place. It's his farm boy appearance, and much like his Yavin skin, it changes all of Luke's clothes, and his lightsaber, of course, from the default appearance. And this is my second favourite Luke Skywalker outfit in all of Star Wars, I would say, behind his Return of the Jedi outfit. Even though he doesn't use the lightsaber much with this skin on, it still looks great, it's iconic, it's from A New Hope, and it is free for everybody, as it is an event skin, and it makes it somewhat rare because not every player has it if they didn't do the challenge when it came out, and at Christmas they don't have it. I'm sure DICE will make this available later down the line at some point to be available again, but probably not until something like May 4th. In 9th place, I have the Corellia Escape skin, which is a legendary skin at 80,000 credits or 2,000 crystals. Now, there is a good reason. Not only does it change Han Solo's outfits, but it also changes his head to match Alden, who was the actor in Solo: A Star Wars Story. Also, it has a voice that resembles Alden. It's not spot on. I think some of the delivery of the lines are a little bit better than others. It's much better than the voice actor who had to do Lando, but it still isn't perfect. If it was Alden, it would have been a lot better because he had some really good lines in that film. Pretty cool cuts and bruises on his face. Those little details here and there just really make it a good skin. Plus his jacket that he wears is really cool. It's not in the film for a lot, but it's definitely a really nice skin. And in 8th position, I have the Beckett's crew skin, which he wears for the majority of the film. And I just prefer this look. I really liked this jacket. It really grew on me. And I know a lot of people didn't like Solo or didn't really like how another person was playing Han Solo, but I actually really liked the film and his attire. And the voice, as I mentioned, it's fine. I definitely think this is worth 8,000 credits. Another legendary skin is the Boushh skin for Princess Leia, and this is really unique because it gives her a helmet, it changes all of her attire, and it gives her great audio that is not her voice. It makes use of the custom voice changer to give her the different language lines, which is really, really cool. So all of your voice lines and emotes and hero chatter is completely changed with this skin, and it definitely is worth 80,000 credits just for that. It stands out. Not a lot of people have it, I would say. I've never really come across it in-game, and I know you can't make out what she's saying when you have this skin equipped, but the different voice lines make it really awesome, especially in Heroes vs Villains games. Then in 6th position, I have the Jedi training skin for Rey, and this was the other pre-order bonus. It looks amazing, it's got some really cool Jedi light and dark side aspects to it. Those colours are just so good. Also, the hairstyle's great, and it's very accurate to the film. Now, as I mentioned, just like the Kylo Ren pre-order bonus skin. Due to legal reasons, they can't release it. In 5th place, I have the General Skywalker skin for Anakin, which costs 40,000 credits, and it's well worth it. It completely changes his default appearance, except for his hair and face, and it looks great. It's definitely worth it over the robe skin. If you look at the contrast in difference in skin, you go from just getting his robes for 40,000 credits or a completely different appearance that people have wanted for months, and it's the same price. It's a no-brainer which one you're going to pick, right? And it isn't 100% accurate to the Clone Wars TV show with some of the materials. I know some people have been picky about that, and his hair. I still think the materials could be made matte, in my opinion, as seen in the Clone Wars TV show. And then in 4th place, I have the General Kenobi skin, and much like the General Skywalker skin, it completely changes all of his outfit. It just looks fantastic. I love this outfit. It's really, really cool, and by far my favourite Clone Wars costume from that TV show. I've always preferred it over Anakin's because I prefer Obi-Wan as a character, and the clone armour just looks so good. In 3rd place, I have the Princess skin, and this is by far the most iconic appearance, I would say, out of all of the skins that you can purchase. It looks amazing, it's so accurate to the film, it has amazing cloth work, and it cost nothing. It's an event skin, so if you did the May the 4th challenge or the challenge at Christmas, you got it for free. You can't purchase it now if you missed out. I'm sure it will be made available at May 4th this year, but it just looks fantastic. You have the custom hairstyle, you have the dress, you even have the hood on the back, which some people thought was going to be missing, but we actually got it. And we've been wanting this since the first game made by DICE, and we finally got it last year, and it looks amazing. And now the runner-up in this ranking video is the Jedi skin for Rey. This was part of the Rise of Skywalker update, and it is 100% worth the 40,000 credits because not only does it change her clothing, it changes her weapon slightly, her hair, her face, everything, and improves on the base skin. Now, I know a lot of people out there are going to be commenting right now, this skin does not change much from her default scavenger appearance. You're wrong. It has completely different shoes. The hairstyle is completely different. Not only do you have the different style in buns, but you also have her hair strands in front of her ear, which is not in the default scavenger skin. Also, the cloth and leather on her arms. There has been new additions and subtractions there. It also includes the hood, the repaired lightsaber hilt. It has the screen accurate belt and holster, which are completely different to all of the others on her other skins. And the smallest change is the cloth, which is not only just white now, but it's actually different. It's not the same cloth as used on the scavenger skin. If you look, there are subtle differences, proves it is a new asset and accurate to the Rise of Skywalker and not the Force Awakens. And lastly, her facial details have been changed to be more accurate, and it's just the extra touch that went the extra mile to make this worth 40,000 credits. And the winner in this ranking video, the top skin, you guys know it, it's the Shattered Armor skin. I've loved this skin since the day I saw it at DICE before it was revealed. I just was stunned by the amazing work that went into this. Some people think it's not worth 80,000 credits, but I always make the argument, it is certainly not worth 40,000, it's worth much more than that. It doesn't change the voice like the other legendary skins, but the difference in character model is massive to the standard and battle damage variation. The reason why it's legendary is because of the amazing visual effects and cloth work that went into this. You have the cool smoke effect along with the missing head armor piece. There are embers coming from his body armor and the cape cloth, which moves very nicely when you're moving as General Grievous. This is the closest we are going to be getting to a fully caped General Grievous because of clipping issues, but they did introduce a bit of the cape. It's ripped and short, but it still works very well, and it's burning. You have the embers coming off it. It looks fantastic on darker maps. It really stands out, and I always use this just because how different it is, how menacing it looks, and the amazing work the artists at DICE put into this. It really is a standout, and I really hope we get more skins like this, like a damaged Darth Vader skin would be amazing. Be sure to let me know your rankings for all of the skins down in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this video, please do drop a like and subscribe for more Star Wars Battlefront 2 videos. Remember to turn notifications on so you don't miss any of them either. Check out any of the 2 previous videos on the screen if you did miss them, and I shall see you all in my next Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. Goodbye.